Welcome. Watch this. I'm going to demonstrate how I put together the branding, the high ticket offer, and how I use human design and gene keys to make it all happen. So remember this little form that you guys had? This is what mine looks like. So what's my type? Projector, guide. What's my authority? Splenic. So as a type, I got to wait for an invitation and I got to trust my spleen, right? That in the moment. My definition, single definition, so I don't need anybody else to bridge the gaps. My defined centers are the three, the G center, the ego, the heart, and the G center, ego, and the spleen. My undefined is crown, throat, sacral root, solar plexus. Profile 2-4 hermit, opportunist, natural genius. Yes, so then comes the conscious sun, minus 27.2. The 27 is the empowered caretaker, and I give from a cup that is full. I got to fill up my own cup first. And I am here to help people understand that healing is miraculous, giving for the sake of giving. So I am here to unlock and help people realize their freedom, because they are all limitless and free, just like myself. So I am here to give from a cup that is full and help people realize they're limitless and free, right? And that people can heal themselves from any disease or sickness as long as there is an awareness that they are more strongly connected to being alive than they are being dead. And how does this work with line 2? I'm here to help people change the way they move, the point 2, and inspire people with passion to go through the path of realizing the purpose using passion. My conscious Mercury is shock transformation, so the ability to respond to disorder and shock and adapt when you are shocked, because that is what penetrates the heart and opens you up to unconditional love. So having the courage to go and do those things that you are uncomfortable doing, that's my conscious Mercury. That's what I communicate to the world. My conscious node is purity and clarity of the mind, that the wound becomes the calling, right? So my job here is to live a noble life and demonstrate love plus courage. I am the shaman, a resource manager, somebody who's really good at biting through hardships and demonstrating to others that it's okay to have hardships and you can bite through them. And that shadow work is the most amazing work there is, because that's where our greatest potential is. Literally, that's what opens our heart. So then the 3 in my conscious node is all about strategy, that I'm really good at putting things together, right? So then we go down into my defined channels, and my defined channels are I got an individual circuit and I got a tribal circuit. So the individual one is 2551, channel of initiation, spirituality and shock. There's potential with this channel for bringing on dramatic transformation. You might say or do something shocking, and that shock jolts people into seeing things in a new light. It can be uncomfortable, but on the other side, the discomfort helps people understand and experience pure love from it. So this channel is about healing, transcending the personal, and discovering truth and direction that ties you as an individual to the whole of humanity and beyond. And then my tribal circuit, which is the second channel that I have, is 4426, channel of transmission, presentation plus personal truth. This is the energy about sales and presentation and personal truth. It is also something called the channel of surrender. It is the energy of transmitting personal truth or not. This energy is about sales and presentation and telling stories of the past. You have this energy to present or market something to people and also to close the sale. Yeah, I have that channel. So high expression is when you are selling or providing something that people truly need with integrity. The low expression is when you are selling for the sake of just selling. Okay, so then we go into the gene keys. And if we are starting out from life's work from the top, this is the way that we shine the light to the world, right? This is the brand, the stamp that we leave the legacy to the world, minus 27.2. We just talked about it here in the conscious sun, and I'm the empowered caregiver, right? So I have to realize my city, my essence, through selflessness, right? Through selfless acts. And this is how I'm going to be able to be more of my brand, right? Through helping other people. And how do I do that? Through dancer. You see that line 2, dancer. And that's the way that I experience my awakening. So very like the way that I demonstrate my brand is very flowy, very demonstrating passion, risk taker, beauty, easygoing, feel like doing it because inspired, like, so very like flowy, like a dancer. That's the way I'm here to demonstrate my life's work, my branding. So then as we go to the conscious earth, because the conscious earth, that's step 2 right there, how you ground your experience here on earth. So my conscious earth and the genius is by understanding immortality. Like what is immortality, right? Is how do you understand that we are never going to die? So releasing that fear of death, right? So that is how I ground here on earth, my conscious earth. And how do I do that? I do that by line 2, passion and relationships. So I ground myself through the relationships, through unleashing my passions. And this explains why I wrote the books, made the music. This is how I ground myself here on earth. This explains why I've been through so many relationships and I actually discovered myself through those relationships. This is how I get grounded. This is how I understood how to be more fulfilled. So then we have how you radiate health through your body and aura, the 3 right there, the radiance. So the radiance for me is the patient dreamer, honoring hopes and dreams and life's experiences, transformation, all in divine timing, right? Seeking to experience and evolve my dreams through fulfillment, right? Realizing that life is a playground of creativity, big dreams, vision, bright future. So I'm here to experience the city of emanation through the shadow of fantasy and the gift of anticipation. So what's emanation? Quickly let you guys know. Emanation is all about the ultimate story. So the great teaching is in the Gene Key is about letting go of our attachment to the desired outcome of the future. That's what emanation is. That's my radiance. Of course, we need to plan, but it's important to hold lightly to the plan because we can still experience the magic of life without our plan being executed in the way that we believe, right? So this is all about the story codes of creation, all begins and ends here. So the 41st Gene Key is all about returning to source, right? It's all about telling a new story, finding the way home, right? This is what emanation is. And we all leave this world just as we come, empty, but the emptiness can be filled not with achievements nor any form of the world, but with love, connection, and joy, right? That is what we truly seek. This is my radiance and how it expresses itself. So the body, how I'm being, my subconscious, my inner glow, the embodiment is through line 4, which is friendships, right? And line 4 is also about the breath, the rhythm. The 4th line becomes about the breath and its ability to bring us into harmony with this deeper life rhythm and the air that we have moving in and out of our body, right? So it's about community, being together and being with one breath, coming together into the same pattern, right? Letting all humanity come into the same pattern. So then we go to the core stability, which is purpose, right? So the next one is, what's the Dharma, your soul's purpose. So my Dharma, soul's purpose, is 31.4. And 31 is an elected leader, right? A person who helps people see how to attain future goals. I don't necessarily lead them how to get there, but I show them how to do it, right? I am empowered and I empower others by demonstration, right? So I am here to sound the truth. And manifesting is a really big part of Gene Key 31 here, the purpose, right? Asking the question of how I can be best service to the whole and letting myself get out of this need of arrogance, seeking recognition out of individual insecurity into being recognized as a leader, right? With humility. That's my essence, right? So again, there's a point 4. So again, we got the whole breath theme going, the rhythm. It's interesting to contemplate all the lines when you're looking at yours, but 4 particularly is the gift of connecting with others, with people and creatures, and with this purpose, it's all about communion with people and coming together in the same breath pattern, into the same, again, union, right? So you're seeing a pattern here, right? The 2-4 that you saw in the human design, which is here, see the profile 2-4, you see the same thing here in the gene keys. So the 0.2 in the life's work, the 0.2 in evolution, right? So life's work, the brand, the conscious sun, and now you're seeing your genius, the conscious earth, how you ground yourself, right? The 0.2. So the way that I see myself is the dancer, is the flow, is a passionate person that transforms and gets grounded through these passion, through these relationships, overcoming this fear of death, right? Becoming immortal, understanding that through giving and selfless acts, I am really understanding what it is to be alive and the essence of living. And then the way other people see me is, radiating this dream, these manifestations, being as an elected leader, right? Emanating story. What is the story, right? Through the breath, through the movement, through the rhythm. So then we go to 5, your magnetic field of attraction to play out the karma, right? So then 5 is this attraction sphere, IQ, minus 5.3. And the city here is timelessness. And what's timelessness? It's part of the fact that we exist in the gaps and the pauses in between the breaths, right? In between thoughts, the thoughts between thoughts. This is our inner eye. This is how we open up to timelessness, right? It's the pauses, right? Being able to pause, be in the moment to moment, right? This is how we experience consciousness and contemplation, and how it expresses itself here is through this line 3. My whole life I was, promiscuous. And now that's transformed into playfulness, where sexuality is not being taken as seriously as it used to be, right? More open-mindedness, more open to adventures. Instead of creating drama, more like seeking and being in adventures, right? So the 3rd line goes from promiscuity, growing up, into playfulness, from drama to adventure. Okay, now we're going next to the IQ, ages 15 to 21. What's my mental health? You see this number 6 right here. Mental health, this IQ, ages 15 to 21. What's my mind, my thoughts? Right? And here it's all about universal love. Okay, it's all about accepting all there is. Understanding love, what love really is, through this line 4, which is this influential mind. Right? When I'm influenced and my mind is made up, like it's made up, it's inflexible. But at the same time, that is my truth, because that's universal love. Yes. So then we go to the EQ, and the EQ is 7 here, and that's our emotional health, and that's the ages of 8 to 14, and mine is 35.1, right? 35.1, and it's going from hunger, and it could be physical hunger, eating, to adventure, to boundless, right? Boundless, no boundaries. And here it's all about ages 18 to 14. I had self-sabotage, right? I had low self-esteem. And I'm here to overcome that, right? So then we're going to the love point, the very center of the gene keys, your love point. And that is from birth to the age of 7, right? And this is very spiritual. And my SQ is 26.2. And it's all about invincibility. The essence is how to be like the wind, right? Starting out from the pride, right? To artfully learning to creatively demonstrate my gifts artfully, right? To invincibility, to being like the wind, letting myself just realize that just like the sun is shining on all of us, it's invisible, right? That love is invisible. Letting myself be invisible. That's the essence of this gift. And the 2nd line here, it's all about freedom, right? I am at the core freedom. This is why my life purpose, you can see that in the app in human design, is to help others realize that they're limitless and free, because I care about them so badly, because I am limitless and free, This is why I did all the music, the meditations, the books, the courses. All of this was channeled because I am limitless and free. My relationships now are thriving. And I found in this line too, how to have this freedom, how to be wild and still have that boundary within the relationship. So the boundary itself is a relationship, but I'm still wild on the inside. Right? I don't have to be wild on the outside. I can be wild on the inside. It's an inner journey of being myself. That's the love point, right? Freedom. That's what I bring to every single person in a relationship, in a business collaboration. So then coming back to the talent. So the talent is what we start with when we are talking about the pearl sequence, prosperity sequence. And here we just arrive to the talent, the vocation here, right? This is 9 here. And this is the greatest gift and talent that you share with the world and the collective wounding that you are carrying. Because the collective wound, the suffering is the greatest gift, right? That we provide to the world. So for me, it is 21.3. And 21.3 is all about vocation, that wound, purity and clarity and noble life. So 21.3, the city is valor, and valor is love plus courage. I am the shaman, the resource manager. I'm really good at biting through hardships, right? Because when I'm opening up the work to this inner shadow, this is how I'm accessing my greatest potential, and that's what I help people do as well, right? And the third line here is all about implementation. It's how to create this plan, the direction, and have this alignment with universal forces, right? Because this is the third line here, 21.3. I'm all about strategy. And this is what we received, this talent's greatest gift. And also the 0.3 is shame, right? Overcoming shame in this life to be myself. That's my greatest, one of the core sources of suffering, right? This is what I'm overcoming here, to overcome that shame to be who I authentically am, right? So this is the greatest gift of my talent that I received pre-birth. So now we're going to 10, your role and energy to reach for your community. So my role, what's my role here? What's my culture? 22.6. So it's all about, you see this honor, graciousness, grace. How can I approach every situation with grace? How can, through the hardest moments in life, I can bring in more grace, right? So it's all about grace. Look at the 22.6, right? How can I bring in more grace to everybody and everything and help everybody see that through graciousness, which is the creativity, the gift, you can have grace, the essence of all there is. Approach life with grace no matter what happens. And here, how do I do that? Is how do I collaborate with others? How do I make it happen? Right? So, by the way, the 22 is also the divine feminine. It's the great cosmic mother. And she's really good at accountability, helping people heal themselves, right? She's the shaman. So then the 6th line is all about system. I can see things from up above. This is why I've created this gene key, this human design, this ability to manifest financial abundance, understanding these concepts, right? So you can be in your naked truth. So there's 6 lines, and the 6th line is all about systems, seeing from up above. The first line is an entrepreneur. The 2nd line is a partnership. The 3rd line is a unit. The 4th line is a network. You know, they go up and up and up, and this is how you manifest. For me, I'm a system. So you can take this system, you can help people implement, realize their life purpose, their passion, so they can live and thrive. Okay. So the next step we're going to 11, right? Your total abundance through service, the pearl. What is that total abundance? And for me, it's 21.4. And again, the theme of the 21, I have it 2 times, and it's all about being the shaman, being able to bite through hardships, the wound becoming the calling, right? And again, it's a noble life. And at the very essence of it is valor, right? Again, valor is love combined with courage. I am the shaman. And here's line 4, which is actually all about charity and giving. You see that line 4? So at the center of Pearl, my service is all about giving. Okay, and then we return back to brand. Line 1, which is the 27.2, right? The planetary healer, the empowered caregiver, miraculous healing, being able to heal yourself so you can heal the world, right? And do these selfless acts in a flowy way, and broadcasting your passion and igniting the passion in others to heal, because through passion, other people can understand their life purpose. Woo! So let me know if that was useful. Love you all so much.